So, could you give some basic biographical info, like your name, age, hometown, sport you play, number of seasons in the NFL, and stuff
Okay.
like that?
So my name is Jonathan Hankins. 25, just turned 25 in the end of March. Going into my fifth year in NFL. Played my first 4 years with the Giants, and now currently with uh, the Indianapolis Colts.
All right. So, can you give some info on like your position, some accolades you won, bowl wins, championships, etc.?
Well, since I've been in the NFL, I done made All Pro Focus. I think my second year. Um, Going into my third year, I got injured and I missed half of the season and finished my last year with the Giants. Did pretty good and we had a great season going to the playoffs. But a free agent came and had the opportunity to play for another team and I chose to play for the Indianapolis Colts.
Cool, cool. So, while you were in college, what was your major, and what made you choose your major? Did you anticipate taking this major? Did you want to?
Well, when I first got to college, major was psychology, and I just chose a major because they told you had to choose one, so I chose that. But as I was going through, I didn't really like it, and I changed it and changed it to criminology, and I think that was probably the best fit for me.
Okay, so did football have any influence on the major that you chose, or was it kind of your choice?
For this might sound funny, but just from watching like SVU, I was just a big fan of watching that show, and I chose criminology to be a detective and help out the community. So that was one of the reasons. Didn't really have nothing necessarily to do with football, but for me, the reason why I'm here is because of playing football, and that's why I had the opportunity to get a degree in criminology and
Okay, cool, cool. So, moving on to a little bit about the NFL and stuff. What's the current value of your contract that you just signed? Actually,
it's a nice decent sized contract. 3 years for like $30 million. Um, on average, like $10 million a year. So half of it's definitely guaranteed, but you just gotta really just take it one season at a time, and pray to God that you stay healthy and you be able to play at a high level.
cool, cool. Okay, so actually, I think that what will work better is if we ask the college questions first before we transition to the NFL. Like, what you know what I mean? So like, right after he talks about the accolades and stuff like that, which you just talked about before I asked this question out, or the contract or something like that. But I'll just say, what did you ever feel exploited or fondest memory? Blah blah blah. Cool.
Do you think we should ask him? Do you remember your scholarship? How much you
Yeah.
got? So should we
Well,
ask him that?
I know,
Like
I
how
know,
much you got?
I know they
Actually,
covered.
well, yeah, if you know the value of it, then sure. But that actually might be cool because then we can literally like. I'm trying to go for like this big like day job metaphor, right?
Well,
So,
would
like-
it change between athlete and well, we asked the football. Oh, he wasn't a scholarship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we're gonna use that as scholarship value for that.
Okay.
So like it could really emphasize this metaphor of like, yeah, you got a big raise like at your day job, which is football. You know what I mean? So like if you did know it, if you did know it, fine. If not, we can just use it off the back of the other football interview we did.
Yeah.
So, it is what it is.
Okay.
I like the college to pro thing. The only thing is like these are like kind of synthesis questions that like tie it in and sort of feed into our bigger point.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really on you. Like if you think it flows better from college to pro just chronologically, then yeah, that's what we'll go with.
Okay, maybe. Yeah, I think it kind of flows better with that.
Yeah, we just haven't
So you do know
counted
your
this.
scholarship? How much it was?
I think it was for like 250,000, which I think
You said for how much?
it's 250. That's what they said. It was
For
for
like
4
4
years.
Oh, for 4 years. I was like, for a year?
She thought that was
Okay.
years.
No.
Wait.
So that's the total value.
I think
so
that's the
for
total
4
value,
years-
and because I'm from out of state,
Yeah,
so
so
it was,
that's-
it was
Oh,
a lot
okay.
more.
That's a shade over 60.
So he did.
Yeah.
So it would be
is,
62.
Like,
yeah, shade over
Because that's like
60,000,
room and
60,000,
board,
yeah.
food,
Yeah.
and
That's right.
So yeah, we'll just come back in sometime right here and
Okay, so that's
Okay.
that one.
So
Oh, try to avoid rolling in the chairs. Just I don't know if
Okay.
it's creating a big noise, but I just don't want to have
yeah,
the issue.
I get
So
you.
Okay.
just not yet.
So when I'm
So-
talking, do I just look straight at the camera, because I keep looking at the camera, looking at him, looking at the camera?
It don't,
Yes,
I
I don't think it matters.
Okay,
honestly.
okay.
Maybe I'll just go in front of you, so then you good. All right. So after I asked about the basic career info, like position, blah blah, I'm gonna go into the value of the scholarship. Maybe.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay. Do you know the value of your scholarship while you were here at OSU?
Yeah, well, when I read over with my parents before I came to OSU, they kind of told me, the price range it would be and what it was covering, and it was between like $250,000 for 4 years. But as I, attended and came here to Ohio State, I noticed that each year you renew it, so it wasn't really guaranteed 4 years. That's what some guys just don't know or really understand. So.
Right. So, like, speaking on kind of being guaranteed and stuff like that, did you ever feel like you were kind of exploited when you were here at OSU?
Well, I definitely felt like they were, using us, because we paying for pretty much, everything around campus. We providing all the money, which is obvious, but I'm using them too. I'm trying to, play my best out there on the field. Try to get noticed so I can ultimately go to the NFL, because ain't really it's nothing to hide. That's the main goal, is to get to the NFL, and that's one of the reasons why I played football and got this opportunity, because they seen something in me that I could contribute to the school and contribute at the next level.
Right. I feel you. So, do you feel that your contribution? Speaking a little bit about your contributions, do you think that you were fairly compensated for what you were doing?
I definitely think I should have received more money. Not saying like the grants and stuff that I received wasn't enough, but being a college athlete and student, it was definitely tough, because you ain't really got enough money to do what you really want to do. Sometimes you want to get like a car, and it just coming from the area I'm from, which from Detroit, and my family not having a lot of money, it was definitely tough for me to keep up with car insurance, rent, and just the little things that you wouldn't expect that some other kids' family will take care of. But just having that pressure of trying to maintain and play good, it was it was stressful. But when you're winning and getting bowl gifts and stuff like that, it makes it a lot easier.
Mm-hmm. So the question I just asked kind of plays into the grand scheme of things. Do you feel that college athletes should be paid altogether, and why, if you do?
I think so. When you're out there going, giving it your all, especially for a school that's making, millions of dollars, I think it's only right, not just for football players. I think for, all athletes at the college, even though we make majority most of the money, but, if we can figure out a way to just get everybody compensated, I think it'll help. It just makes everybody, a life a lot easier.
Mm-hmm. So, speaking of compensated, you're getting compensated pretty well right now. You want to speak on the new contract that you just signed, if you feel comfortable?
Oh yeah, it was nice. Nice 3 years, $30 million. I guess being in the NFL, you forget it that not the average person is making not even maybe 500, 700 grand a year, and to just get the opportunity to make even millions of dollars. Sometimes we kind of just forget about it, because we're living in definitely a fantasy land, and the money we get for like 8 weeks or 18 weeks, 16 weeks, whatever it is just absurd. But I'm blessed to be able to play this job, and this NFL is not for long, so if you can play as long as you can to get as money as you can, that's all you can really hope for.
So, touching a little bit on you saying that the NFL is not for long and stuff like that, we all see that NFL kind of has a grueling schedule. So, could you go like during the average day and stuff like that you would do during the season, kind of like hour by hour?
Okay, so my average day when I was with the Giants, I woke up at 6:30, got to the facility at 7, worked out 7:30 to 8:30, had team meeting at 9. You in the team meeting for like 15, 20 minutes, and then you in just your staff and not staff but player meeting and group meetings for like 2 hours, and then you go out and practice for about 3.5 hours. So around that time is, say 12:30, 1:30. You get done with practice, you eat lunch for literally 20 to 30 minutes, not an hour. Got special teams meeting, which is an hour. So it's like 2:30 now, and then you gotta watch film from just your practice. By the time you get done watching that, it's about like 5:30, and then I guess when you're in the NFL, if you want to be great, you want to be the best that you want to be, you can be. You want to stay there longer. So usually I ain't really get home till like 8:30, sometimes 9 o'clock, just because I wanted to get that edge on people and stay at the top of my game.
That's a long schedule.
Yeah.
But we thank you for giving us this interview today. It's for your grade too. So, but thanks.
No problem.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, let's cut it there. Just for the.
Should